If you are thinking of and putting in front of you daily what it is that you want in your life and what it is that your goals are and how you obtain those goals, you will reach those, because it's just taking it and chunking it down day after day after day.
Do you want to have more clients and charge what you're worth for your services? Colleen Biggs is the Chief Inspiration Officer at Lead Up for Women. She's actually the founder, but I like Chief Inspiration Officer, and I know that's exactly what you're going to be delivering today, Colleen. Inspiration on how women can really get over these limiting beliefs that we have about money. Why are women so stuck around money?
You know, women get stuck around money, and it really goes all the way back to our childhood of when we were younger. And we don't even realize that our subconscious plays a huge role. In fact, statistics shows our subconscious mind plays 88% of our thinking daily of how we take action moving forward and what our beliefs are. So I call them limiting beliefs, because we don't even realize that we're limiting ourselves. Because maybe when we were children, we would hear our parents say it was hard to make money, or we watched our father work hard. Our mother would say, your father works hard for his money. Some of us can relate to that. When we're hearing those as children, those become our beliefs. We believe that in order for us to thrive, in order for us to have an infinite amount of money, we believe that there's a limited amount of money that is available to each one of us. And it's really about changing our mindset around how we see money, how we talk to money, what we believe money is, and if we believe money is infinite, because no matter how our actions are, the world will and the universe will deliver what we ask for.
So if we are to, and I love how you pointed that out, that those are belief systems, but what is the truth?
The truth behind why women stay stuck is not believing that they're worth the opportunity to charge more, that we have the opportunity to be a millionaire, that we have the opportunity to own beach homes or whatever it is that we want in our lives. And I know many people talk about vision boards, and some don't believe in it. The reason why vision boards are so powerful is because if you are thinking of and putting in front of you daily what it is that you want in your life and what it is that your goals are and how you obtain those goals, you will reach those, because it's just taking it and chunking it down day after day after day. So believing that money is infinite, understanding that you're worth what it is that you're charging, and asking yourself, are you giving your services away for free? Why is your time not as valuable as someone else's time? You need to understand how valuable you are, and that you alone stand out with your creative genius, and that is what you have to offer your clients. That's what makes you so unique.
Yeah, and I know that that is part of a larger conversation, and the coaching that you do at Lead Up for Women, which I think is so valuable and so needed, because women have so much to contribute to society, and we need to elevate women to understand what their worth is. And that's part of a larger conversation. Now, you mentioned vision boards, which I think is really neat and interesting, because really from the standpoint of something tactical, when we think of vision board, it's like a physical thing that exists, and most people would put them in their office or what have you. Are there other tactical, tangible, real physical things that people can do to help themselves get out of this mindset and really foster that belief in themselves? Yeah,
I do an exercise with my clients, Cheryl, that I take them through, and that exercise is about writing a check to themselves. And we start with a number, and we put down this number, let's say $1,000. You sleep with it under your pillow, you wake up the next day. You are now responsible to go spend that money. So you need to go find something to spend the money on. The very next day, you write yourself another check for $2,000. So this money doubles every day. By the time we are done, about, let's say, a 3-week period, you're into millions of dollars, upwards of $1 billion. Many women have never even written a check that large, and they're struggling to spend this money on themselves. They're not allowed to spend it on their spouses or their partners or their kids. They must spend the money on them. This exercise frees their mind to think in a completely different paradigm of buying farms or homes or like buying large businesses and opportunities that they've limited themselves to the belief that they could never reach this point. So that alone, that exercise is amazing. So I do take my clients through that. But for today's exercise, I always love to give opportunities to women that are watching this, that would love to take something away that they can do today. And one of the best things we can do for ourselves is write a letter to money. Yes, dear money, let me tell you how I feel about you. When you write your letter to money, you are going to reveal some of the limiting beliefs that you have surrounding money, of why you either hold on to it, why it makes you feel safe sometimes, why you're scared of losing it, and what it means to you. So this is a great exercise to start cracking open for yourself what your limiting beliefs are around money, and either why you love it, or why we hate it, why we repel it, or why we attract it.
I love that. That sounds like an exercise over a glass of wine.
Yes. There are going to be some tears. I just want to put that out there. This isn't a very emotional thing, because money really is, to me, it's not the root of all evil. How many of us have heard that? If we believe money is the root of all evil, and we don't believe that money is really the conduit to provide us with a larger opportunity for health, larger opportunity for charities and serving, opportunities to bring our families together more, to be able to afford family vacations. This is the opportunity for experience, for life-changing events. Money is good.
What's interesting about this conversation is that we talk about limiting beliefs and mindset related topics. Sometimes it can go down into the woo-woo world. What I think you've done today is really presented a tangible, tactical thing that people can actually action. And I love that, because that's really all you stand for at Lead Up for Women, is taking action. So just that's perfectly aligned for what it is that you do. How do people get in touch with you, Colleen?
I am Lead Up for Women everywhere. So you can find us at leadupforwomen.com. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you name it, Pinterest. We're at Lead Up for Women. That's how you can find us at leadupforwomen.com. We invite you to look at who we're about, why we exist, how we lead women, how we help you show up. Because if you're not showing up for yourself in your life, and you're not taking responsibility for you, nobody else will. It's your responsibility.
Thank you so much.